Chapter 3. Oscar didn't open the book while his parents were around. He thought that unwrapping presents in front of the gift giver was rude, a social nicety he felt it wise to adhere to. He was well aware of his inability to conceal displeasure and disappointment from his face, so he believed it best to open gifts privately, lest he offend anyone. It was safer that way. It was one of the quirks he had developed to fit in better with others. He could feign appreciation and gratitude once he had a bit of time to compose himself. It was the initial reaction he feared most. He knew he was an expert at masking and pretending, but even he had his limits. This little life hack served him well this time. When he opened the box, he found a well-used second-hand copy of a paperback book called Critical Mass. Not only was it pre-owned, but people had written on it, and there were various signatures inside. Feeling a bit tired and put off by this, he decided to get to it later, which he never did. The next day, he was keen to see Claire. He worried she might not be pleased that he hadn't completed his homework, but she was an employee, after all, and he knew his dad was the one who paid the bills and called the shots. Throughout the morning, every time the big door opened, he felt a bit excited and then a tad disappointed when it wasn't Claire. But eventually, it was. Her voice was warm and cheerful as she walked into the room.
Oscar, my new friend, how are you today?
Oscar smiled broadly.
I'm very good, thanks.
His voice laced with a hint of anticipation.
I'm excited to find out about, well, everything.
People in general appeared clearer to Oscar. Their eyes and skin seemed more radiant, giving off a glow. He remembered he was on medication and initially attributed it to that, but he wasn't so sure anymore. He studied Claire's face as she spoke, discovering he could slow down time to appreciate her more. By relaxing his eyes instead of focusing them, it felt as if he could sense her face without physically touching it, bringing about a new sensation and perspective. Russell and Withene were both clever folks. They took a long time to settle on Claire. Unbeknown to Oscar, he had been her client for many years. She was part of a small recovery team, trained and ready for deployment. Her appearance played a role in her selection. When he was younger, despite having no genuine interest, he once studied French. He was a good student simply because he fancied the French teacher. Claire's appearance and free-flowing personality shared more than a passing similarity to her. He had always fallen fast and deep for the right kind of girl, and his likely attraction to Claire would hopefully keep him focused and engaged. Now face to face with her, Oscar was no longer as sure of himself and felt a bit nervous as he made his confession.
I didn't read the chapter.
Claire smiled as she waved away his concern.
Oh, that's fine. Whenever you feel ready.
Oscar shifted in his seat and let out a slight sigh.
I had an emotional time with Mum and was a bit tired anyway.
Claire's voice was soothing and upbeat.
It's totally okay. You have a copy now, so whenever you want to read it, you can.
His voice was laced with a mix of amusement and mild disdain as he held up the book for Claire to see.
Look at the old copy they gave me. It's like they forgot to get one and found this at a bus stop or something.
Claire's eyes widened in surprise as she looked at the book. Gently, she took it from him.
Show me.
Her fingers running along the spine. She read the names on the inside cover.
Do you know who any of the people who have signed this book are?
Oscar's head tilted slightly as he looked at Claire.
No, just previous owners, I suppose. Looks like it's got a lot of mileage.
Claire placed one hand on top of the book.
You don't know what this is.
Her voice was filled with a sense of reverence.
This has been through the hands of some very esteemed people. Each person has added more than just their signature. They've added their energy, their connection to it. It becomes like a circuit. I know you won't understand this completely yet, but it is special, and I imagine very expensive. Keep it in your box when you are not reading it. When we get to it, I will explain an incredible experience called the waking dream state and a process within it called emotional respiration. This is an inward, personal experience often conducted in privacy, but it creates a circuit when shared with others doing the same thing.
Her tone grew more excited.
It's like the sea breeze that cools you on a scorching afternoon, which is also a type of circuit. The sun heats the land more than the water, causing the air above the land to heat up and rise, which creates a vacuum. The cooler air over the water rushes in to fill this vacuum, resulting in the refreshing coastal breeze that many people enjoy. A circuit connects elements in a loop, flowing into each other to find equilibrium. If you connect two car batteries, one at 12 volts and the other at 13 volts, they will balance out at 12.5 volts each if left connected. If you connect 10 charged batteries and one flat one, the 10 will all drop equally until the flat one matches their voltage.
Oscar lit up with recognition, an enthusiastic nod confirming his understanding.
Yeah, I get that.
He chimed in.
I know a bit about electronics.
He was happy to finally have some idea of what she was talking about. Claire nodded.
Good. Do you understand about energetic fields?
Oscar furrowed his brow, a hint of confusion crossing his face as he admitted hesitantly.
No, not a lot.
Claire felt a wave of giddiness, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm.
Oh, it's so exciting. I look forward to going through that with you.
With a hint of skepticism in his tone, Oscar asked,
What relevance could that have?
Claire smiled.
Everything is relevant, related, and interwoven into a beautiful tapestry of life. It's all about learning the fundamental forces and processes that enable it. Once you do, you can understand everything because they all repeat the same processes over and over throughout all of life, tiny and humongous.
She gestured toward the book.
When you explore circuits and the energy of people like these, you'll see they could help enormously. But they probably wouldn't come here, so your dad did the next best thing. They've all created this book as a circuit by adding their individual energy to it.
His expression soured, and his voice was now edged with indignation.
Why can't they just come here personally?
Claire's calm tone permeated her explanation.
They go where they want to go and do what they want to do.
A note of disapproval and a hint of sarcasm colored Oscar's expression, an unfortunate reminder of his old self coming through.
Yeah. But Dad could pay them well.
Claire laughed heartily.
Most of these people are successful authors. They could buy your dad's wealth many times over. They're not impressed by that,
she said, her tone seemingly filled with good humor, while ensuring she took the opportunity to give Oscar a reality check.
Look,
she continued,
we weren't going to talk about this yet, but it's good to be fluid as things arise naturally. Basically, there's a huge misconception about how electricity works. Did you know it doesn't just run in wires like most people thought?
She was about to show him videos on her tablet, but the room was shielded and had no internet connectivity.
I'll get you some old videos available before your incident. We want to keep you mentally in that time period while we acclimate you.
She told him she would download the videos and leave them with him later and jotted down the titles for him. Circuit Energy doesn't flow the way you think by Science Asylum and The Big Misconception About Energy by Veritasium. Her voice was now more akin to an excited friend.
In one video, the presenter sets up a hypothetical situation and then poses a question. If you had a car battery and ran one wire from the positive to one side of a light bulb and then ran a second wire from the negative side of that battery to the other side of the light bulb, it will turn it on. But if he installed a switch in the wire and extended it to 150,000 kilometers and back, roughly halfway to the moon, how long would it take for the light to turn on once the switch was flicked? Now, Oscar, this distance isn't arbitrary. 300,000 kilometers is the distance light can travel in 1 second. So, if electricity travels at the speed of light, it'll take 1 second for the light to switch on, but it doesn't. The light switches on almost immediately.
She paused briefly, nodding to let her words sink in, then added,
One of the guys later did a scaled-down experiment and validated this.
Oscar looked perplexed and shook his head.
How could electricity travel faster than the speed of light? It's supposed to be the fastest speed there is.
She replied.
The power that fuels the light to switch on comes from the electric field created by the circuit. The circuit creates a field that runs through the wires and around them. It spans between the battery and the globe and allows for an allocation of energy. The globe wants energy. The battery has it, and the field supplies it to the globe and then draws what it lost out of the battery to replenish itself. It can switch the light on straight away.
She smiled as she highlighted the parallel.
At the moment, this is just another book to you because you haven't connected to the circuit yet. However, it will assist you enormously when you develop yourself to be able to. You will be able to draw in energy from the field these contributors have allocated for you. This will create a vacuum, which they will fill with their own energy. It isn't magic or quite as good as having these people nearby, but it's still amazing. These types of books are in high demand because they serve as portals for this energy flow.
Her tone softened.
We want to take your recovery at a pace that you are comfortable with. We will let you guide that. I am available 24/7. We can be fluid and flexible. When you need me, I will try to be here for you.
Oscar's voice slightly cracked. His eyes welled up as a wave of gratitude washed over him.
Thanks. It's good to know. I think I am ready. I want to talk about how what I did affected Mum and Dad and try to work out why I did it.
Claire raised her hand for him to stop.
Whoa up there, Oski. Just before you share anything emotional with me, let's take a second. Let's quieten ourselves for a moment.
She took his hand and closed her eyes.
Let's breathe.
After a few minutes of quiet, mindful breathing, she spoke softly but firmly.
Oscar, please shut up. I have no desire to hear about your emotional baggage. There isn't enough money in the world to make me sit here and listen to your problems.
His jaw dropped, and his eyes widened as he stared at Claire in disbelief.
But you're my fucking therapist.
He hung his head in defeat, confusion, and hurt. Claire smiled.
Yeah, but not like you think. We've come a long way, Oscar. I'm not here to help you deal with that, not to help you face it, understand it, change it, or heal it. I can't. You do it all by yourself or not at all. I am here to show you how to do it, that's it. Whether you do it or not is up to you. If you're determined to make it work, it will work. If you're lazy, it won't. It's a new, exciting world, and you must become a new and excited person to fit into it. You can take a big first step towards that right now and shut up. I don't want to hear it. No one does.
Oscar's frustration was evident. He responded indignantly.
But if I bottle it up, it will be worse. 4 years, everyone has been trying to get me to open up, and now that I am ready, no one wants to hear me.
Claire remained calm and measured as she explained.
That's right. You'll find people who still practice the old way of dealing with emotional issues, and you're right. Before the message, we encouraged people to speak about things. As you said, this was better than bottling it up, but that's not what we are talking about. Now it is all about processing it, refining it, and empowering it. We thought emotional baggage was rubbish to toss out. The guides showed us that it's pay dirt containing heaps of gold. They just taught us how to build internal processing plants to extract it. Like many people, you have enough dirt to make you emotionally rich and powerful, but you have to work it. Daddy can't rent someone to do this for you. It requires effort in ways you never expected, but once you learn this, it becomes much easier and more enjoyable than you could ever imagine. If you knew how amazing the processing is, you would be excited about having so much rubbish to recycle and reuse to make your life incredible.
Oscar had lunch and a nap after Claire had left. He felt comforted by her being on hand as a lifeline. She downloaded the videos and left them with him, but asked him not to watch them straight away, saying it was best to let that information sink in. If anything, he should focus on something completely different and let his mind wander wherever it wanted. He opened the book containing the guide's message and closed his eyes for a few seconds to prepare himself to read. He opened the cover and found his way to verse 1. His eyes were fixed on that title and would not proceed. A foreboding struck him as if from the outside.
If you read this, you can never go back. You can never unread it.
He closed the cover and held it tightly shut. There was a rebellion within him, a screaming to stay innocent. He thought of his life before. He felt the anguish anew. He looked at the door and remembered everyone who cared for him wanted him to surrender to its message. He said,
"Ah, fuck it."
as he opened Critical Mass and began to read.